Hi, friends. Welcome to another episode of Clearly Thriving. I'm Allison Clay,
And I'm Siri Harkins.
and we are thriving,
Clearly,
clearly. Siri, what are you drinking today?
a nice crisp Diet Coke.
I'm drinking a Diet Dr. Pepper.
Woo!
Yay.
Slurps.
Yep. Um, all the words have left my body, apparently. We've had kind of a day, a long day, a good day.
Yeah.
Um, Siri, tell the people how your morning started.
Oh my gosh, I already forgot. Wow. Yeah, my morning started by taking an exam. uh in order to stay a credentialed teacher in the state of California,
Yay.
I have to have a English learner authorization. So that either requires taking a course or passing 2 out of 3 CTEL exams. So I took the third of the 3 this morning.
Yep.
I was done within a half hour.
Yep.
And then went home, laid around, made lunch, and then I texted Allison like, "Hey, what are you doing today?"
And I was still in bed because I have worked. I had 4 12-hour days and 1 9-hour day in the past week. So I am tired, and today was my first day off in a while. So, I slept and took full advantage of that. And, I woke up first at, like, 8 AM this morning, and I said, "No, that's not enough." So I just peed and then went back to bed. And then I woke up the second time at like 10:30 and I was like, "Okay, that's acceptable." So I was laying in bed just enjoying my nice quiet morning with my pets. Lila was like trying to be Big Spoon, and then Winston was being Little Spoon, so I was just a little sandwich, and it was honestly really great. Um, yeah, and then Siri texted me and said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, currently nothing." And then she said, "Do you want to go shopping?" And I said, "Yeah, sure do."
Like, absolutely.
So then I got out of bed and got dressed, and then we went shopping.
Yes. Basically, I mean, really, we wanted to find a couple of specific items at some specific stores.
Hmm.
Um, and that was sort of the mission of the day. We
Yeah,
were mostly successful.
successful-ish.
Successful-ish.
We really wanted to go to Hollister, so we went to the Glendale Galleria because that is the closest Hollister. And I really wanted the pink bow sweater that's been on TikTok.
And I kind of wanted the one with the bear on it.
And then I also wanted the pink skirt that's been on TikTok. And we found the skirt, but they only had it in a large, and I tried it on. I gave it a good try. It was just too big. Um, we did find some other things though. We found some tennis skirts that were on clearance,
Oh yeah, they're super cute.
and then we found some knockoff Halara dresses that were on sale. And then I got,
Oh, the pants.
oh yeah, I found these sweatpants that honestly I just grabbed as I was walking into the dressing room, just kind of on a whim. But they're really cute. They're like a mauvey brownish.
Yeah. And they're so soft and they have pockets.
They're very soft. They have pockets, and I thought that they looked like shorter than normal pants that you would see in stores like Hollister. So I tried them on. They are the perfect length, which rarely happens because we're both pretty short. Um, so I got those, and then I got a little sports bra
Oh
that
yeah.
was on the clearance rack.
That matches the skirt.
Yes. They're like the exact same color. They're gonna be a really cute little set. Um, they did not have the bow top, and so I found it online and put it in my cart, and then I decided to wait because I was so close to having a reward that I knew that the purchase I made would give me a reward. So I had the bow sweater and the skirt in my cart online, and then I went later to check and it said sold out. Which, when I put the sweater in my cart, it did not say low stock.
Because
or
it does say
anything.
that on that website if
Yeah,
something is almost out,
yeah.
but
And it also said at some point in time that if you had it in your cart, it would hold the items for you, but I guess not for that long, maybe. Unclear.
yeah, I don't know.
Um, but still sad. I'm really hoping they restock because I genuinely need that. And no one is reselling it even, which like is nice. I hate when people do that. So like that's good at least, but also I wanted that badly enough that I probably would have paid a little more for
Oh my gosh.
it. Anyway, speaking of
Yeah, speaking of
resellers,
resellers, oh my gosh.
yesterday was the chaos that was the Love Shack Fancy Stanley collab drop. Um, do you want to you tell your experience and then I'll tell mine?
Okay. So yeah, Love Shack Fancy did a collab with Stanley, so you could, and it dropped at 9 a.m. Pacific time
Yesterday.
yesterday, which we're recording this on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we had like a group chat going with some of our friends, like, hey, are any of you going to try to get one of these Stanleys? Um, because I figure let's make our own group chat for this so we're not blowing up like our other friend
Yeah.
group chats. um, which was a good plan.
Yeah.
But I was literally um at work. But I panicked. I panicked and I logged on and like I went to the Stanley website. So you could order them from Love Shack Fancy or Stanley. But I was just on the Stanley website and I was able to add it to my cart at like 8:59
Yeah.
and hit like checkout so fast. And it puts you in like a queue to check out
Yeah.
even. And I think mine said like 5 minutes and it was more like 15 minutes before I could check out. And I was able to check out so fast. Well, after, my 15 minutes
Yeah.
of waiting in agony and get my cup. So I got the 20-ounce blue one, which is so cute. I like the 20-ounce because it's smaller and has a handle.
Hmm.
But meanwhile, the chat is blowing up because,
Everyone else is panicking.
yep.
So I was driving to work. My call time was 9 a.m. I got there at like 9:02. So I got to work half an hour early just so I could sit in the parking lot and try to get these cups. Um, which say nothing about me other than I'm dedicated. Um, but anyway, so in our group chat, our friend Emily was like, Allison, I'll get yours. And I was like, cool, thank you. So she was online before I was in the queue before I was, like, had both of our cups in her cart, was waiting to check out. And then I logged on once I was in the parking lot at work just to see if I could still contribute to this pursuit. And so I put both of our cups in my cart and then went to check out. If you're watching YouTube, I'm currently removing the plastic backings from some earrings, so it's just the little metal part, and one of the metal parts just dropped, so I have to go pick it up. Anyway,
Multitasking.
this is real life, friends. Anyway, so I had both of our carts in my cup, and both of our cups in my cart, and then I went to check out, and it said your wait time is 10 minutes or something, and Emily's was still saying 15. So we both stayed in the queue. And then I got through first, and I checked out, had the order confirmation, got the email, and so at that point, Emily left the queue, and we thought we had our cups. She Venmoed me. I had put them on my credit card, so she Venmoed me. I had transferred her Venmo to my bank account, and I had already paid my credit card for both of our cups, because I'm trying to be responsible. And then about 22 minutes later, I got an email from Stanley after I had already gotten my order confirmation and had paid them. The funds had left my card. Ding dang bong done. Um, then 22 minutes later, I got an email saying that my order had been canceled. And I said, "Excuse me?" Because I didn't ask for my order to be canceled. Um, and so then I went back online and it let me put them back in my cart and it let me like try to make my purchase again. But then when I got to the checkout, it was like, "Oh, items in your cart are unavailable."
But it didn't tell us which ones were unavailable.
No, but it did say items, and I
Yeah.
only had 2. So I thought they both were sold out at that point. And so I immediately went and filed a help ticket, and I titled my help ticket, "What the fuck?" because I was mad. Because they canceled my order, and I said in my little help ticket, I was like, "I did not consent to my order being canceled. I did not request this. Give me my fucking cups." Like, I didn't say that, but I did, in fact, title my help ticket, "What the fuck?" Um, and then I also messaged them on Instagram because I was mad and basically said the same thing. And at the end of both of these, I said, "If you do not honor my order, I will be pursuing legal action." So I not only threatened to sue, I threatened to sue twice. Anyway,
People are it's been a very serious ordeal.
yes, I cannot wait to be a part of this class action. Let's be clear. I just got a class action check the day before this happened. I just randomly got $30 in my bank account and it said class action for some company I'd never heard of. And I was like, cool.
Perfect.
Anyway, and so then about an hour later, maybe, our friend Amanda got to work and she was like, let me see if I can do anything. Because also I was on my phone and I was on set. So it was kind of stressful.
Yeah.
Um, and also during this time, Emily is calling all of the Love Shack fancy stores in Southern California, and they're all sold out already. It's
Yeah.
like they dropped it 9. At this point, it's 9:30. So like that's crazy.
Yeah.
And then Amanda at like 10 got on her work computer and was able to get her cup and my cup, which you can only get 2 cups, and I feel blessed and highly favored that she chose mine. So we did get our cups. Her order was not canceled.
She did accidentally ship it to one of her parents' houses, but
Yeah, they did answer her help ticket and they switched it to her address. They knew not to make me any more mad. But unfortunately, Emily and Jasenia were not able to get their cups.
yeah, they both wanted the same one as me. Apparently, the blue 20 ounce was weirdly popular.
Yeah. And the 40 ounce, because that's what I was trying to get Emily.
Yeah,
Um,
it's crazy
yeah,
because it's very Bridgerton.
it is.
That's what we decided is why that one was
It's
so
well,
popular.
I knew the second I saw them, I knew that was gonna be popular because it's Bridgerton blue.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So anyway.
But bringing it back to resellers,
Oh,
the number of people on eBay that already have these cups listed for such obscene prices, and even people in like comments will just be like, "Hey, like I have one of the 20 ounces, I'll sell it for $150." And I'm
yeah,
like, respectfully, fuck you.
yeah. There was a girl on TikTok who made a video who had basically the exact same experience that I did, where she was able to place her order, had the confirmation, the funds had left her account, and then they canceled her order. And then in the comments, someone said, "I have a blue 20 ounce that I'm selling," and a girl commented and said, "Oh, how much are you selling it for?" And the original poster was like, or not the original poster, the original commenter was like, "Oh, I can let you have it for 150." And the girl goes, "Fuck you." And I liked that comment because
Yeah.
no.
No, the reseller market is insane. Like, okay, so we like Disney merch, so sometimes I do appreciate some pieces of a reseller market, like bringing merchandise that is otherwise
Unavailable.
unavailable to people who wouldn't be able to get there. Like, that's one thing. And especially if you're pricing it reasonably.
Reasonably.
Like the people that go and get Tokyo Disney merch and bring it back, it's not like they're selling these places out of the merchandise.
And they're
Um,
not marking it up insanely.
no, like there is obviously a markup, but they literally flew over there to get it. So
Yeah,
it feels appropriately priced. But $150 for a $45 cup?
that's crazy. Other countries have laws against this, and that's one reason that Taylor Swift tickets have been so accessible overseas. Because, like, in Europe, it's illegal to sell things at a higher value than what you paid for them originally. Whereas in the States, you can
Ridiculous.
buy a $40 concert ticket and sell it for $4,000.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
It's disgusting. It's immoral and it should be illegal.
Yeah. But that was such an ordeal yesterday with the Stanley Cups. I almost texted that chat this morning at 9 because that's when I finished my exam to be like, Hey, aren't you all glad we're not in the Stanley Love Shack fancy queue today?
Like, by the time I got to work yesterday, I had been through such a battle. I genuinely am traumatized from it, and I have therapy tomorrow morning. My therapist will be hearing about it.
It felt as stressful as trying to get concert tickets,
It was honestly worse because
which
of canceling orders.
yeah, that was crazy.
Like, I understand the demand is high. I understand it's a limited stock, and I did expect them to sell out. I have never heard of
Like it
orders being
canceled.
canceled after the funds have left your account. Like, that's the thing that gets me. They did eventually refund me. It took like 3.5 hours, but like,
Yeah.
don't sell them if you're out. Or like, honestly, stuff like that should be a pre-ordered
Yeah.
situation.
We kept on saying that it would have been way better if it had been a
A
pre-order
pre-order.
because people would have waited
Yeah.
at that point just to make sure they got what they
Yeah.
wanted. They could have made more money that way.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm kind of mad at Stanley now.
You're gonna get your cup.
I am gonna get my cup, but like, at what emotional price? I have been traumatized. Like, I'm low key not even kidding.
Ah.
The trauma was real.
I got so lucky. I just like I panic added my cup to my cart and I didn't add anyone else's, but honestly, that might be why I was able to check out is because
Yeah.
I only had the one.
Yeah. I did see a comment on TikTok theorizing that the orders that got canceled used Apple Pay, which I did use Apple Pay on mine because it had my card stored and it was going to be faster.
Yeah.
But like,
Just
the money had left my account. They
What?
got my money.
Give me your money.
I
Yeah.
tried.
Uh,
Anyway, that was chaotic and I hated it.
yeah, and that was yesterday.
Yeah.
That's what you missed on Glee. um,
Thank you. Yep.
yeah. So today was a little
Yeah.
little better in terms of the shopping, aside from
Yeah.
the bow sweater and me not finding that bear sweater.
I'm still really hoping they'll bring the bow sweater back in stock.
It is really cute.
I want it.
We did finally find the area that we went to today did have the Halloween stuff, so it was fun to see.
Yeah.
I didn't buy the sweatshirt that I liked or the pajamas. I just
Yeah.
wasn't like super sold.
into it. Yeah.
What I really wanted to find was those dumb socks from Miniso that I should have just
Yeah.
bought when we saw them months ago. I should go to the Miniso by me.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking if you go there, maybe they might still have some.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we went to two in the last 24 hours and they both had very different stock.
Yes.
So,
I'm not going to be able to do that before tomorrow, but that's
I
okay.
know. Well, you can do your alien
Another time.
Friday.
Well, I can't even do my alien if I don't have the
Oh,
freaking
yeah.
Halara dress. Okay, so Allison and I both ordered Halara dresses like at the beginning of July. Like July 6th or 7th or something like that.
Yeah.
Both of us had dresses in
Cats.
yep, in that order that said they were a pre-order, would ship around July 26th. So we both were kind of like, okay, fair. Got it.
Whatever. Yeah.
It makes sense. So July 26th comes and we both get like shipping notifications. We're like, woohoo, amazing, exciting. Allison's arrived last week. And mine, I get an email that says, sorry, the flight has been canceled because of bad weather. So we'll update you when they can get on another flight. And I never got an update. And I had to reach out again. And this was like a week ago. And I guess I've learned that the flight they were put on has indeed left China on the 3rd of
And that
August.
was the last update.
And that's the last update. Like, did they make it to the USA? I have no idea. Are they still coming to me and they just didn't get scanned in with the tracking code they had given me initially? Who knows? They told me I should have them by today. And I haven't been home yet, so we're just really hoping they're there today. And
Fingers crossed.
I don't know. I don't think I will be ordering from Halara again.
It's
just-
really unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm going to compare the quality of the Halara dresses to the one that I got on Amazon back
Yeah.
in June. And if they are similar enough, we're not doing Halara. We'll just do Amazon.
Yeah.
Because Amazon came within like 2 days.
It is crazy though, because we ordered on the same day. We got the shipping notification on the same day. We had the same pre-order.
Mm-hmm.
They shipped on the same day. They were heading to the same state. So it would have made sense that they were on the same flight. That is a huge fly. I'm really
I'm
disgusted
just
by it.
wondering if it's because we got different colors. Like sometimes the different colors are made at different factories.
Maybe.
Because mine's are like we're like stuck in China.
I think mine came from China.
So maybe they
Yeah,
were. I don't know.
I have no idea, but it's really weird.
Yeah.
You would have thought that they'd been on the same flight.
Yeah. And that I would have more updates.
Mhm.
Like I got nothing.
Yeah, that's crazy. I
So
still feel like they need to do, like, some sort of reparation for that. Like,
yeah.
whether it's a discount code or some kind of voucher or, like, a partial refund for shipping charges. We got free shipping, didn't we? Yeah. I don't know, I just feel like there needs to be something
Something.
to, like, keep that bad taste out of your mouth, you know?
Yeah, I think I'm just that was my first Halara order, and I think it will be my last. So
Yeah,
you can find
unfortunate.
similar enough stuff other places at this point.
Yeah.
So, but so many of my outfits I want to wear to Disney, I've been like kind of planning around these dresses.
Yeah.
So that's been really stressful in like a really stupid first world problem way, but
It's still valid, though.
yeah, just I want them.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they are there now.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
I hope everything I need to be shipped to my apartment is there today.
Yeah, that's ideal.
Yes.
Yep. Um, what else?
There were a couple of moments today where we should have had cameras rolling.
Mm-hmm. When we went to Hollister, I obviously wanted to try things on. So we went into the fitting room and we had to wait a little bit. And then when people left a room, they like closed the door and it locked. And there was not like a fitting room attendant. So I couldn't get the door open. And Siri was just like, hold my phone. And then just dropped to the floor and slithered under the door. And then opened it and was like, there you go. And it just happened so fast. And like, I had the thought as I was watching you slide under the door, I was like, I should be filming this, but I didn't. My hands were full. That's one excuse.
Yeah.
Um, and then I walked in laughing, and she like went to wait, and some teenage girls that were waiting for their friend were like, "You are so real for that."
I'm like trying to not die laughing. I'm like, yeah, I literally just dropped to the floor and slithered under a door. Like, well,
Do what you gotta do, I guess.
yeah, that fitting room, the workers were swamped,
They
okay?
really were.
So I was just making the work
Yeah.
easier for everybody.
Yeah. But it was really funny, and we all laughed. And then when we finally came back to my house, we stopped and got Panda Express, and we got two fortune cookies, obviously, because there were two people. And I opened my fortune cookie and broke it in half to get the fortune out. And then after I read my fortune, I like picked up half of the cookie to put in my mouth, and it just like didn't stick in my hand, and it fell and it hit my shoe and then like bounced onto the floor. And then Lila just immediately was on it and ate it.
She ate so fast too.
Yeah.
And this is not a fat, well, she is kind of a fast eater,
Yeah,
but
she's a fast eater, but she's not a fast mover.
no, so she just was like, zoom, and I was like, whoa, Isla, that was so fast.
Also, just the fact that I literally picked it up and then it just
It just fell.
0.2 seconds later was on the floor being eaten by a dog.
And we both just kind of sat there and were like, well,
I mean, it had bounced off my shoe. I wasn't gonna eat it, but
no,
it still
no.
was
It hit the
funny.
floor. The cats have been running around. No,
Yeah.
no, thank you.
That is
I really do
huge.
not love that fly flying around. That is a really big fly.
Okay, so I don't know where they've come from, but the past day, I've seen some big flies like that in the house, which is just rude. And this morning I killed two of them with my slipper. Yeah,
Wonderful.
yeah. It's really gross. It looks like a toy you would get for a child that's like a little too realistic. I'm actually like really grossed out by it. I don't know where they're coming from.
I guess there a window open with like
I
a
don't think
screen that's
so.
not.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, they're gross and I don't like them.
Ugh,
Like if I'm not gonna.
no. One of my coworkers brought me a snake plant yesterday, and I'm very excited about it. She brought me such a nice bunch, and she was just like, "If it dies, just let me know. I'll bring you another one." Like she just has so many plants.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, she brought it just in like an empty Prego jar. I was like, "You'll have to repot that," and I'm like, "Well,
And do that.
yes." So I went and bought a pot at Lowe's yesterday. Oh my gosh, that's right. Before I went to Lowe's yesterday, I passed a Shell gas station, which the gas was a little bit more expensive, but it had a car wash. And I was like, "Ooh, I need a car wash." So I got gas and paid $10 for their cheapest car wash. And I went to pull into the car wash, and it says, like drive forward, then put your car in neutral and your foot off the gas. And I did all of that. And then the like mechanism started to like spill water out of the front thing, but the mechanism never kicked in to like pull the car. And I was like, what do I do? Like, what do I do? So I'm like, well, I guess I just put it in drive and like slowly drive through. Like I thought this was going to be like the kind you drive through and that it just like goes over you. It was not
Yeah.
that kind. I will never go to this one again, and I will look at Yelp reviews first, but it was so chaotic, because none of the mechanisms were kicking in and like working. So there were these like the big like rubber like brush looking things that like go around your car. Well, one was just like stuck like in the way. I had to like back up and like go forward, back up. And I had to like kind of just like slowly drive into it. It was absolute chaos. And like also terrifying because I'm like, what the fuck do I do? Like, I don't think I can reverse out of this. Like, I think I just have to drive through here. Like, I also can't get out of my car
Yeah.
in the middle of a fucking car wash. Um, yeah,
Yep.
it was quite a time. I was able to make it out, uh, and was like, I might have just destroyed my car. And I drove to Lowe's. Um, and I parked and I'm like, you know what? Actually, the car looks a little bit cleaner. Could be worse, could be better, could be worse. And there was like a little, like a maybe like a 7-inch long hunk of like the rubber, like brushy thing stuck in my front license plate, which was really funny to me. So I just like ripped that out and was like, whatever, fuck that. I wrote a Yelp review that was like, do not use this car wash. And saw all the other ones from the past year that were like,
Do
this,
not use
yeah,
this car
don't use this
wash.
car wash. Like the car wash didn't work. I tried to go in and get a refund. They said they don't do refunds. I'm like, well, at least my car got kind of rinsed off, I
Yeah.
guess.
It looks clean.
Yeah, and my tires are fine, I think. So, God, I was
Yeah.
so worried about the tires like driving on the track thing.
Yeah.
I mean, the track was also only on one side. Isn't that so weird?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was honestly so terrifying because I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? I'm like, well, this is why there was no line here.
Yeah.
Ugh. So that's what I did before Lowe's. And then I went to Lowe's, and then after I left Lowe's with my brand new pot, I drove to Thousand Oaks,
Which is where I've been filming for the last week.
and we went to the mall.
Yeah, I wrapped kind of early today or yesterday, whatever day. And then we went to the Thousand Oaks Mall because there's a Francesca's there, and I had some Francesca's rewards that needed to be used. So we did that, and it was great. I used all of my rewards and then got more, because I spent more money.
I love my favorite part of this. Well, there were a lot of favorite parts to this trip, but a memorable moment
Mhm.
was when the worker asked us if we were back to school shopping.
Yeah.
I was just like, sure.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And then I said, well, I guess we are because she's a teacher. And the lady was like, oh, like you're grown up?
I was like, oh, what do you like? What grade do you teach? And I'm like,
High school.
literally high school seniors.
Yeah, she didn't quite know what to do in that moment.
No,
It was funny.
the woman was too stunned to speak.
Yes, which fair.
Yeah.
We do look like babies.
Yeah.
I'm just a baby.
Yeah, like, the only reason I think people at school know that I'm older is because I am a teacher.
because you have a badge.
Yep, I have a badge and keys.
Yep.
I don't even have a key right now.
Well,
I'll get that on Friday, I guess, when I have to go and quick set up my whole freaking classroom in a whole day.
yay.
One singular day to set up everything that has been packed away completely all summer. I have no idea what the state of my room is. I requested tables and chairs instead of desks. We'll see if that has happened. Probably not. So I'll probably be dealing with 37 desks again that don't really fit in a room.
Great.
And then I need to make sure I need to request another desk for my co-teachers.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm just going to, I think I'll, hopefully they left one of my tables and I'll put that there for now. But
Yeah.
yeah, I also need to I have a microwave.
Well, that's nice.
So I need to figure out where the microwave is going to live.
Yeah.
My aunt wanted to get me the refrigerator on my Amazon wish list,
Mm.
but she said it wouldn't let her ship it to me.
Well, that
I
makes
think because it was
sense.
like a third party thing.
Oh,
Like if I ordered it from Amazon, it would ship it to me, but since it was on the list, it wouldn't
that makes
ship. So
sense.
she bought me the podium.
Nice. Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It all makes sense. There are some things on my Amazon wish list that say they've been purchased, but they have not made it to me. So I don't know what happened there.
Oh, yeah. I need to ask my mom if that was her.
Because there was like tape, Sharpies, and then the sticker pack that I wanted. Who knows?
I have her Amazon account. Let me see if she's ordered anything.
And my mom ordered me some stuff too that I think arrived today.
I would not be surprised at all if my mom accidentally shipped stuff to herself. Boy food. A lot of batteries. Weird. Mustard. Wow. Who orders mustard on Amazon? Oh, man.
People that don't live near a grocery store.
No, I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
she did.
That's probably Alex. Just kidding. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't think she ordered. I don't think that was her. I
Weird.
don't
Yeah.
see. I
I
don't
have
see
no
any
idea.
stickers. That's my flounder.
Yeah, no idea.
Anyway,
No idea. So that's interesting. I think it's also possible that people added stuff to their cart and then were like, just added it to their cart for themselves.
oh yeah.
And then it like just took it off of my wish list kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because it does that if things are purchased, it like removes them from your wish list.
Oh.
So I might just need to go and throw those back in there.
Yeah.
Not that it's the end of the world. Like, because also we like my school gives us a little bit of a budget each year. Um, so I can ask them to buy some of that stuff for me too. It's not like we have nothing. It's just
Yeah.
some of the extra stuff they're obviously not going to fund.
Yeah.
But some of the stuff, if I really think I need it, they'll get it for me.
That's good.
Like I really want the easel paper that is sticky. Like
Mhm.
that could be really helpful. But yeah, they'll probably order that for me. But I wouldn't have them order like
A mini fridge.
stickers or yeah, no, not a mini fridge. Like I think they're technically not allowed, but everyone has them.
Right.
That's what the assistant principal told me last year.
Right.
She said they're not technically allowed, but everybody has them. I'm
Mhm.
like, got it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Great. Thanks.
Thank you so much for this. LAUSD is honestly so crazy. So Allison, I was like, oh my gosh, you can come and help me set up my classroom. And she was like, yes, we can make like a day of it. And then we got an email yesterday from our new principal that nobody who is not an LAUSD employee is allowed on campus.
Which
So
is
like,
so crazy.
yeah, like it's not even a school day. And they're just like, nope, no one else can come and help you with your classroom. Like that's basically what they were saying. And one of my coworkers tried to have her husband get signed up as a volunteer so he would be in the system and be able to come and help her. And they said they did away with the 1 day volunteer thing, so he can't come.
It's also just crazy considering like your school specifically and the high school specifically, you had to like box up everything so that they could paint over the summer. And like so people are gonna have to be moving furniture and
It's a lot.
unpacking boxes. Like that's a lot to do by yourself.
Yeah, and then we got this thing like, oh, if you want to come in on the weekend for an optional, like voluntary timeline, 9 to 11 a.m. So 2 more hours on a Saturday that they're not going to pay you for. Like, you're giving people 2 more hours? No. Like, if you see any teacher TikToks, the number of teachers that are in their classroom for, like, a week setting up in the summer, and that's, like, unpaid, but they're able to do it, like, you need more time to set up a classroom. Like, no one's going to have rooms, like, really fully set up on Monday,
Yeah.
which is going to feel so uncomfortable for the students.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be so, like, student focused. I've been joking with Allison that this is the year I'm going to get fired. Obviously,
Yeah.
I'm not going to try that, but, like,
Yeah. It's not a
it's
goal
not a goal, and it's full on a joke. Like, I fully intend
to
to
keep your
to
job.
keep my job because it's nice to have a job. But, oh my gosh.
Unfortunately, you do need money in order to do the living.
Yes, but I'm not saying that I'm not looking elsewhere for other opportunities.
Yeah, well,
I gotta keep my options open. Like, this is not it's not hitting right. Also, the pay is so bad.
yeah.
Like, there's some nice perks for sure.
Hmm.
Like, the free health insurance is a nice perk.
Yeah,
Have I used it? No.
that's crazy to me.
I haven't been to a hospital since 2021, I think.
How does it feel to be an elitist piece of shit?
Feels awesome.
Oh, oh, speaking of,
Oh,
okay, so I feel like if you listen to this podcast, you probably know that my body doesn't work. Um, I am a type 1 diabetic. I'm on an insulin pump. I have been for years, and that's like something that I need to live and to thrive in my environment, to thrive in my enclosure. Um, anyway, so I'm on the Omnipod 5, which most of the time I love. But the this last weekend, I went through 6 pods in 2.5 days, which normally the pods are supposed to last 3 days. I had 3 mornings in a row, 4 mornings in a row actually, where I was woken up because of diabetes. Normally that doesn't happen. I had 3 pods, 3 out of the 4 mornings, 3 pods, 3 separate pods were screaming because they were failing. So that woke me up. And then the last morning, my pod wasn't working correctly, but hadn't yet officially failed. But my dad woke up and he and my mom both follow me on my Dexcom Follow app so they can see my blood sugar. And he like checked it and my blood sugar just said high with an arrow going straight up. And that means it was over 400.
which is bad.
Yes. So he called me and woke me up and I changed my pod. So that's 4 mornings in a row I had to change my pod. Um,
Ugh.
and then those nights in between, I also changed my pod because I would wake up to a screaming pod or because my blood sugar was so high, and then I would take an injection of insulin because that's just the fastest way. Um, and then it would come down and be okay. And then by the time I would get to work, it would be high again and it would just stay high all day. Like, and not enough. It just wasn't, my pods weren't bringing my blood sugar down. Like one day, I gave 99 units of insulin through my pod. I normally do about 27 per day.
Oh,
So that's not great. So obviously the pod wasn't working because my blood sugar was still high after all that. And so today was my first day off. So I needed to call the company to report that those pods didn't work and also get replacements for them. So I called before noon. Like it was probably just barely before noon, but like I called before noon. I was on the phone for almost exactly an hour and they still were not able to replace all of
all of
the
them.
pods.
Yeah.
So they were just kind of like, well, good luck with those.
Yeah.
So hopefully that was just a weird fluke and it's done now, but I don't anticipate that journey being over, unfortunately. What a fun time. Anyway, if you have a working pancreas, please appreciate your pancreas. I feel like that's something that nobody thinks about unless you know me.
Yeah.
Because I actively am like, are you enjoying your pancreas today? I hope you are.
Right, Lila. Lila's like, I love my pancreas.
Don't take your pancreas for granted. Thank your pancreas if it works. Mine doesn't.
Oh.
Anyway, um, that was fun. It took a full hour.
It was, yeah, it was a lot.
It was.
A lot of you being on hold randomly.
Yeah. Yeah, he would like put me on hold to like because he had to do a separate claim for each pod.
Oh my gosh.
So he would put me on hold after I had like given him all the information so that he could file the claim, which like whatever. Um and then he would come back and we would do it all again. This was 6 times over. And then the last time he put me on hold was because he had to go ask his supervisor because I have 13 pods left, and all of those pods have the same lot number as the pods that failed, which the lot number is only supposed to be for 5 pods. So the fact that there's so many that have the same lot number is
It's
like
nuts.
it's
That's
like
weird.
some kind of manufacturer error. Um, and so when I told him that, he was like, "You don't have 13 pods that have the same lot number." And I was like, "I have 13 pods left that have the same lot number." And he was like, "Okay, that's weird." And he was like, "I understand that you don't want to use those. I wouldn't either." And he was like, "Let me go talk to my supervisor and see what I can do." And I was like, "Okay." Which I kind of expected because I doubt they often have a situation like this.
Yeah.
Like, I doubt they often have someone needing
That
16 pods, well, including all of them,
yeah.
18 pods replaced. So he came back and he was like, "Okay, unfortunately, I can't replace those." My supervisor said no. He was like, "I understand and I think it's completely reasonable that you don't want to use those." So I was like, "Well, at least he tried. It's not his fault." But
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, but it's shitty. And I just don't want to use those because I don't even want to risk dealing with that again. That was miserable.
Oh, Lila, you were going to hurt yourself.
She tried to fly.
Yeah. She was going to hit herself on this desk.
You know, her
Oh,
self-preservation is not super strong.
I just remembered that game thing from that.
Oh, yep. Hey, Kyle. Yep. Yeah, we have this little pet gate that goes on the door to the hallway that leads to both of my roommates' bedrooms. And the purpose of this gate is solely to keep Lila from eating my roommate's cat's food because she will, and she knows that it's there and she doesn't forget. And every time the gate is gone, she runs right there. Like, does not hesitate. She always knows it's there.
Yeah.
And she will start eating it, and then I'll be like, Lila, and she'll like back away and be like, sorry, I forgot. But anyway, yeah. She knows that food's there, and so she's the reason we have a pet gate there. Um,
Yes.
yeah. Yeah. Also, her self-preservation is not very strong because she's just a baby. I mean, she's part pug, so they've been inbred enough that I
Yeah.
don't put a ton of stock in those brain cells.
Yeah. I will say I do appreciate there are some pug breeders more recently that have been trying to breed with like a more normal
No.
nose, which is nice because I think when they've gotten so smush face, that's just such a health danger.
Yeah, it causes a lot of problems. Like, even though Lila has a Chihuahua nose,
Mhm.
she still has the pug breathing issues. So,
Yeah. It's just
yeah,
sad.
it is.
Smush faced animals. I see so many people flying with those breeds, and I'm like, ooh,
Yeah,
I'm like, that's crazy.
yeah,
I mean, I get it. You like sometimes you got to do it, but
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Lila, are you a smush face? She's like, no, not
She's like, nope,
technically.
I have a normal nose.
She says the only Chihuahua part I got was the nose.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Yeah, other than that, she looks pretty pug.
Yeah. Ugh. I don't know. This weekend is D23, which I don't even feel like that's real yet. I mean, we've been so excited for this for the
Yeah,
past 2 years,
and it's finally
and it's
happening.
finally happening, and I'm just like, I don't even know. It'll be fun when I'm there, but right now I'm just kind of like, All right, I got other stuff to do first. It's just a lot happening all at once. Um,
We also have no idea what we're wearing, which is really unlike us.
yeah. I mean, when we went 2 years ago, it was so chaotic because we did Oogie Boogie Bash the night before, and it was
Yeah,
in like September, not August. Um, and so we were exhausted, and we only went on Sunday.
yeah,
So, and this year we were planning on getting the 3-day pass. However, with the teacher work day on Friday,
we
I was
didn't.
I was like, we can't get a 3-day pass because I have to work on Friday.
We should have. We should have gotten the 3-day pass because it was only like $20 more than the 2-day that
I
we
know,
wound
and
up
just
getting.
gone when I was done.
We should have because, but we didn't know this at the time because at the time the event schedule hadn't been
Yeah.
publicized, which is also like I get it, but it's annoying. But the Disney Princess concert that
It's
we are
Friday.
obsessed with is Friday night.
We're so mad about it.
Last D23 it was Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
But we love this princess concert. We've seen it 3 times. Um, and I would happily see it a 4th. But yeah, it's Friday afternoon. Oh, what if that's what Jodie Benson's doing at D23?
I can't think about it. I'm so mad.
She has performed with them before, not the whole show, but she's been like a special guest.
I'm like, this job is already ruining my life.
Well,
We already knew that.
yeah.
But it's also in God. In
Anyway, we have D23 this weekend, except not Friday, and we won't be at the Princess concert. So if anyone wants to live stream, that'd be chill. Because we are big Susan Egan fans.
Yeah.
Never mind that we just saw her and Jodie Benson like 2 weeks ago. I want to see them again. Um, anyway, but we have D23 this weekend.
Yeah.
We're gonna be exhausted. And then I work Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah. Well,
I mean back to school.
it's back to school next
Yeah.
week for me. So all day
Yeah.
every day.
Well, back to school at least doesn't start at 6 a.m. somewhere.
But it's every day.
It is. But yeah, we're gonna be tired, but it's gonna be fine. Yeah.
Yeah. I just
Yep.
it is always wild to me how little information is given at this school. And I mean, I've heard that like, okay, the Southern California schools are not great. I mean, they try, but they're not great.
Yeah.
And Minnesota is known for having really good schools. So it's been honestly really jarring to come from Minnesota to Southern California. And then anytime I try to explain something, people immediate like they just the it's so different that people don't have a concept for what I'm saying. So then they immediately think like that's crazy. That's so weird. Um, because like my school had like a 15-day drop policy, and everyone here is like, oh, what? And then they go on this whole tangent, and I'm just like, they're just dropped from the physical school, and then they're given the other options, which are either the online school that is part of the public school system, or they're given a home teaching option.
Hmm.
Like it's not like they're
Dropping out of school.
dropping out of school or being dropped out of school. So, and like in California, I think they spend so much time like in truancy court with families. Um,
Probably.
I'm like, that might be a thing here, but I think in Minnesota, but I think there are just so many other options that they can help people with that work better for
Yeah.
what they're going through. So I don't think they spend as much time in truancy court as they do here.
Probably not.
Um, just bizarre. Just bizarre. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, and also food is free there. And they're like, well, it's free here too. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you then. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I feel like attendance wasn't as big of an issue in Minnesota as it is here. Like, it's very different.
Yeah. Anne Marie's back from her run. Lila is singing the song of her people.
Yes. Oh, the cats are also singing.
What a moment.
How long have we been doing this?
We're at about 40 minutes, 50 minutes.
Mm.
So I guess this will be the end of this episode of Clearly Thriving. I'm Allison Clay,
And I'm Siri Harkins.
and we are thriving.
Clearly.
Clearly.